We're Reverse Sorter, and we're here at WorldArts, where it's all about the music. We got started in music when we were very young. Cruz and I are actually brothers, so we had been playing together at a very, very young age. Our parents always had instruments in the house. Cruz had a drum set, I had a little plastic guitar. And as we got older, Cruz got a real drum set, I got a real guitar. We started playing together to get in the garage, and we had joined a program called the School of Rock. And the School of Rock is really where we started to perform together as a band. What they do is they put you with a group of other students, and you start practicing and rehearsing as another band. So one time it would be the Rolling Stones, and we do a whole Rolling Stones show, and it was a lot of fun. And from there we started, incorporating other people into our group, and as we got older and more serious, we put an ad up in Guitar Center, and Drew actually found us through that ad, and here we are today.
Well, I think right now it's very easy for a lot of bands to just get a MacBook Pro and GarageBand and put a CD together and start playing shows. But there's just so much more competition because of that, and it's really hard to cut through and get your voice heard when there's so many people just putting out stuff. And especially you'd think it'd be a lot easier with Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, but people have become so distant in relationships.
They're so used to everybody just messaging them about their band that people have started online in some areas to just shut off. So it's very hard to get your music into people, into their ears, and actually listening to you instead of just cycling through the millions of messages they're getting. When we were on America's Got Talent, it was an incredible experience for us. We got to perform live on national television in front of 10 million people. It's the biggest show we've ever done. We had a blast. And what was really cool, a lot of people don't know, is you're there for 9 days before you go on. And you're working with really big music producers, and you're in a rehearsal studio, and you're playing the songs, they're changing them up on the spot, and you really get to learn a lot about the show and live performance. You practice on the stage, they set up cameras, and it was a really cool experience for us. And it was definitely, the best part of it was being able to get that exposure and being able to have so many more people see us. And it was really incredible, and it really launched a lot of stuff for us.
And one of the coolest parts for us about being on the show was we had actually auditioned for the show many times before and just never got through the first rounds. And whether it was because of a song licensing issue or something like that. But the year we were on, we actually were picked by the producers who just saw one of our music videos on YouTube and asked us to submit. And then the producers pushed us right through to the semifinals, which was the coolest part. The show actually didn't push up our numbers as much as we thought it would, but the best part was we got to work with a lot of people on the show, and the networking was the biggest boost for us, because right after we were on that season, we worked with a company called High School Nation, which they brought us out to California just to play in the high schools here during lunchtime, and that really got us a lot of new fans and a lot of stuff, just talking to people and networking with them.
And that was actually the starting point of a nonprofit that we run called Reverse the Trend, where we go to schools and we perform concerts for the students, and we speak to them about overcoming bullying and hardship. And we do that. Last year we did over 275 performances in schools, and now we do it about 13 shows a week alongside our regular touring schedule.
When we worked with High School Nation, we were just playing in the schools regularly. It started off just shows, go in, make some new fans. But as we were doing it, more and more kids were coming up to us, and really we were just seeing the same things going on that we went through when we were in high school. And we had been out of high school for a while, didn't really remember it, but then all the same stuff started coming back. When I was younger, I was the new kid in school. I got in a lot of fights and got bullied and got picked on a lot. John talks about being the artsy kid in school who really no one understood. And Drew, believe it or not, was the fat kid in school who got picked on. So we started talking to the students, and we've realized we were already in the schools playing the music. Why don't we bring it with a message also? So then we got certified to go into the schools, and then we started the nonprofit, and we became a nationally recognized charity. So it really expanded. We started just doing it on the East Coast, booking it ourselves, and then in 2 years it blew up in, like John said, over 270 schools last year. And it's been really rewarding.
I think we all have very different influences in music, except for Cruz and I grew up really big Bruce Springsteen fans because our dad always played it when we were younger, and we went to a bunch of concerts of his. And my more musical influence is getting into writing, because I do the writing for the band, and that really came from a lot of 90s bands like Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots, and that's really where I started to grow as a writer, was listening to those bands and taking little things from them here and there. Programs like WorldArts are great for emerging artists because it really does give a platform that we can showcase our music in a way that we weren't able to before this, having the live performance aspect to it instead of just being a music video, and really being able to give something to the fans that they can latch onto, the interviews, the performance, something more than just listening to a song on iTunes. And I really think that'll connect with listeners a lot more than just saying, hey, listen to my music. It's, hey, learn about us, watch us live, listen to it, really, engage the user. And I think that's a really big thing that we need now. I think the idea, success level for us would be to be able to make a living playing our music, getting to a place where we can not only perform live in huge arenas, but also keep giving back to people, working with students in schools, really giving something back to society and using our success and our fame to actually do something really good with it.